Hey everybody, Motorboy 59. I'm going to talk a little bit about poor behavior. What got this started was I posted a photograph of the famous female drag racer Shirley Muldowney from a drag race I was at back in the 80s, and I mentioned that I was shocked at how rude she was to the fans who just wanted an autograph or a picture. A bunch of people started hammering me. Well, I heard she lost her fire suit. Someone stole her helmet. Someone did this. Something happened. I hate it when people justify bad behavior. I hate it. And I got so frustrated with some of the people and some of the excuses they made for her. And I mentioned a case where another famous racer in another discipline had lost some of his gear, had been stolen. And he went out and won the race and then thought the whole thing was kind of funny. And they said, well, there's a big difference between losing your helmet and finding another one that fits in a fire suit because you get burned to death and blah, 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 yada, yada, ad nauseum. There's no excuse for bad behavior. I don't care if you're having a bad day. You know what? If you're having that bad of a day, stay home. Take the day off work. Don't go run errands that day. That's what I do. I wake up on the wrong side of the bed just like everyone else. I stay home. I stay away from people. If I go do something, I go do something where I don't have to engage the public. In my retirement, that's easy for me to do. But when I was working, there were times I just took the day off. I did have the luxury of having a job that I didn't always have to be around people, and I could choose not to be around people 90% of the time. Sometimes I didn't have any choice. Not everyone has that opportunity. I get it. Take the day off. When you get to work, or whatever you have to do that day, tell your buddies, tell your coworkers, hey man, I'm having a shitty day, so if I fly off the handle or whatever, it's nothing personal. When you're a famous person, you put yourself in that position. But even for us mere mortals who just have to go to work or who are retired or whatever, there's no excuse for bad behavior. My wife works in a call center for a major healthcare corporation, and some of the things that she has told me she's had to listen to and put up from with people when they finally have a deal now where all the calls are recorded and everything, they can actually hang up on people now that are being buttholes. I'm never, ever rude to someone that I make a call to if I have to have something looked into. That person that answers the phone, it's not their fault whatever's going on with my stuff. That has nothing to do with them. Well, maybe at the Ford dealership where I've had to have way too many things done to my car by the same people. Cars. But I'm still never rude to them. I refuse to be rude to people like that. There have been times when I was very frustrated, and they knew it. They knew I was frustrated, and the one guy said, I can't believe that you've been as patient with us as you have been where my truck was concerned. They finally got everything fixed, I hope. And but it took many visits. But I was still never an asshole to these people. There's no excuse for that. If you call somebody to complain about a product or a service, that person who answers the phone is just somebody who answers phones and either tries to help you figure the problem out or point you to someone who will. They're not the one that created your problem. So don't be rude to them. That's pointless. And there have been times when I was so frustrated with something like that, I told the person, look, I know this isn't your fault. You're just the one that answered the phone, so I'm sorry if I get out of line. But I don't do that. I don't do that, and there's no excuse for it. There's no justification for it. And it really annoys me when I hear other people justify someone else's behavior, not necessarily someone justifying their own behavior. But that's enabling. That is a form of enabling. And I don't make excuses for myself, and I'm damn sure not going to make them for other people. But I don't know. It just really got on my nerves that people are so quick to dismiss someone's bad behavior because that person was having a bad day. Hey, If you're a famous drag racer or a famous athlete, you know what? You can afford 2 fire suits or 2 helmets or 2 sets of boots. Or, you know, hey, if you can afford 2 cars, you can afford 2 fire suits. Granted, this was a long time ago, but nevertheless, who expects that stuff to get stolen? No one. I wouldn't have expected it either. But nonetheless, it doesn't give you the right to be rude, especially if you're in the position that Shirley Muldowney was in. It doesn't give you the right or the justification to be rude to your fans, who are the only reason you have what you have. If you're especially in motorsports, they would not exist at all in any money-making capacity if it weren't for the fans. Oh no, man, the money comes from TV advertising. Who do you think those advertisements are aimed at? The racers? They're aimed at the fans. The fans buy the money. The fans buy the products that are advertised. They buy the tickets. They buy the hot dogs. That is the reason you have a job if you're in motor racing. So stop being a crybaby, and this goes for everybody. Stop being a crybaby. Don't take your problems out on other people. If you're having a bad day, avoid people at all costs, or let them know at the beginning of the day that you're having a bad day and it's not personal. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motorpoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content, and we'll see you all later, hopefully in a good mood.